What's going on, everybody? It's the Spectrum here, and this is a game of domination on the map Arcaden, one of my favourite maps in this game. And we're going at it with the PP90, which is the gun I wanted to talk about for the first part of this video, and then later on I'm going to be talking about something else. Something pretty serious, to be honest. Anyway, here I'm using the PP90, and what I'd say is that this gun is extremely powerful. It's not a laughable gun, it has to be said. What I would say about it is it needs a lot of love and care, and in my opinion, it's not nearly as overpowered as people say it should be, or is, or whatever. In this game, I had all the ideal setups, but kills there, like, you saw that one there, and the guy at the bottom of those stairs, whatever, they were all long-range engagements. There's something the PP90 cannot do. It just isn't. The gun has way too much recoil on it, especially if you put rapid fire, which is kind of what it needs to be as good as it, you know, as good as it is, I guess. It's just like the AK-74U from Black Ops. It's like, it's fine to put, I don't know, grip on it or whatever. This gun doesn't have a grip attachment, but still, you know, in Black Ops they put like grip on the AK-74U. It's still good, but rapid fire is what made it really, really good. And just win gunfights. Same with the Spectre, same with pretty much every submachine gun in that tier. And the problem with that is rapid fire gives you more recoil, and aiming down sights with this gun is just, in my opinion, it's just a bad idea. What you want to do ideally is hip fire it. And here's where the problems begin. Hip firing on this game isn't as ideal as you want it to be. Sometimes you get these ridiculous cross map kills, but not always. So, I'm not sure how I feel about this weapon anymore. It feels to me like you need a lot of clashing perks to make it good, so that's why I'm running Specialist. You kind of need Scavenger because you run out of ammo quickly, but you need Sleight of Hand because it's got a slow reload animation. You need Steady Aim to make that hip fire awesome, but you need Dead Silence so that you can sneak up on people and get behind them so that they can't react to your gunfight. So I'm not a fan of that point, which is something I was discovering today, and it makes it a bit worse off than the big boy in the submachine gun category, which is in fact the MP7, which I'll probably do a video on as well. But the good thing about this gun is that when you get into a good gunfight, which is, you know, up close and stuff, they cannot win. They have no hope in winning. That's why I have a silencer on it with attachments, just so that there's just that moment where they have no idea that you're there, they can't hear you because you've got dead silence on. You just win that gunfight instantly. And that's why I like it as a gun, but you can't do the same thing up close. Which is why I think the MP7 is so much better, because you can do that at range. But the problem with the MP7 is it sucks with the silencer. So maybe the P90 may still be a good submachine gun to kind of cut the difference, because the P90 is also good with the silencer. I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm going to do some more testing of the MP7, hopefully, and record it, because I just haven't been recording gameplay recently, because I've been kind of getting old, really. Not getting old so much as just getting stressful at the moment, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about for the rest of this video. Just quick notes, the PP90, if you don't know about it already, basically with rapid fire and you know, any other attachment, I prefer the silencer, but if you have better luck with any other attachment, then go ahead and use it. But, you know, you generally want Specialist with it, run around, get hip fire kills, try not to ADS with it, because you're never going to get those long distance kills successfully. So, that's my advice for the PP90. Try and get behind them and do some damage. So, what I wanted to talk about is just that video games haven't been as chilled for me as I want them to be. Recently, I've been because I'm at uni and there's been a lot of work going on, and it's just been kind of like, it's just been kind of a stressful time, really. It hasn't been like depressing, but it hasn't been fantastic. There's nothing about life at the moment that I want to go, yeah, this is amazing, you know. It was like about last week, and then there was something happened over the weekend, perhaps something. This game just got not as good. mainly because we started noticing all the problems. So I haven't been recording gameplay because it's just been getting stressful, and there's just games where like I do well and we win, but the problem is YouTube-worthy games, like quote-unquote YouTube-worthy games, are just something I can't get. It just, which sucks because that's not down. I mean, well, it is down to skill, but it's down to more of like a medical thing. I won't try and tell you what medical thing it is because I know I'll get it wrong. Because there's two conditions that are very, very similar, and very similar name, but not very similar in effect. And if I get it wrong, I look like a dick. So I don't really want to tell you what it is just yet. If you want to know, leave a comment. But basically, it just means that I don't think straight. That's the basic, that is it. So when I'm in one of those close range gunfights, I panic a lot. When I'm trying to work out spawns, my mind just goes all fuzzy, and then I get caught trying to think. And it also means my attention span's very low, so I don't play for like hours on end, which is why Skyrim's going to take me forever. But it just kind of hinders. It slows down my reaction time as well, which kind of sucks. Which is kind of something you need in Call of Duty, I guess. But it basically means something I like doing, I can't be better at. And obviously there's other things like connections and all that stuff. But, that's just why I haven't been recording recently. That's why I don't have a ton of gameplay to put out. So, hey-ho. The other thing is, Call of Duty could be coming to an end very soon. Which is quite a scary thought. Basically, it's been 6 years since Call of Duty got really popular with CoD 4. And it's kind of a trying to think of the best way to word it here, because basically what kind of happened was CoD 4 came out and everyone loved it. World at War followed. A lot of people went back and played CoD 4. Modern Warfare 2 came out, and that's where it all started going downhill. And the problem is that they've put things into Modern Warfare 3 that, in my opinion, if they don't fix within the next month, it's just going to be ruined. First off, there's just the general lag, which over time will be fixed. It can't all be fixed immediately, it just will be fixed over time. But the next thing is the lag compensator. This is a horrendous thing that Infinity Ward have put in purposely into the game, and it has ruined it. Basically, when you pull host, you have a decent advantage over everyone. And Infinity Ward came up with this new strategy saying, we'll basically make it so host changes every lobby, so that you get the chance to have that host-like connection. Problem is, not everyone's connection is awesome, so then you can get some hosts which are just terrible, and it's going to pick it no matter what. Which is why there seems to be so many host migrations in this game, because half of the hosts sucks because they just got picked out of default. But to go along with that, Infinity Ward decided, I know, or whoever, or we know, or whatever collective brain it is, let's make a code which makes it so that everyone else gets the same amount of lag that the host is. So basically what it does is it tries to make the host lag as much as the rest of the players, which basically just ends up everyone else being 4 seconds behind the host, and the host struggling as well. If you've ever looked at the scoreboard when you get a massive ton of lag and everyone's on like a 1 bar, that's why, because it's making the host lag and therefore making everyone else suffer. It's stupid. It means that the host can have a momentary internet low point and everyone else just suddenly gets an awful connection and gets kicked and all this stuff. That's got to be changed, because that is just terrible. There's not only does that take away the fun of being host, it just ruins the game. It just does. It in a game which is already lag sensitive, that's just a terrible, terrible thing. Second thing is theater mode really needs to be sorted out. Black Ops had it better off than Infinity Ward. They didn't share the technology. That just needs to be changed, because it's just awful. There's no point in having a theatre mode that you have to turn off because it makes the game worse. And thirdly, I think I said 2 points, but I thought 3. Scoreboards. What were they thinking? They come up with this, we want support and everything in, and then they just leave it so that you only show up kills and deaths on the scoreboard. It sucks. I can't tell who on my team is a dead weight because Infinity Ward are supporting kill horse. You can't tell who, I don't know, who didn't cap flags, who was sitting in corners, who didn't collect tags, who, whatever. It sucks. Like, come on. Not only is that a step backwards from Black Ops, but that seems like a perfectly reasonable idea to put in. Like, come on, Infinity Ward, if you don't put these things in, you're going to kill off Call of Duty and something else will take its place. Won't be anything that's come out recently, and it will still be played, but I get a feeling a lot of the gamers will jump ship.